have a lot going on. I first want to introduce you all to some music. Okay, I'm going to only play a little bit of it, but I've been jamming to this young lady's music. Her name is Amber Simone. She is out of the 716, out of the Buffalo area, y'all. And when I tell you, she got a couple of songs that I am really, really jamming to. Julie, one is called Territory, and this other one called I Want It All. So Alexa, go ahead and play Amber Simone, I Want It All, because we are coming in on that today, okay? We are coming in on that music. Alexa, play Amber Simone, I Want It All.
Sure, Want It All, and similar songs on Amazon Music.
Her voice is so beautiful, y'all. Hey, Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, Yellow Blossom. Hey, Charles. Morning, Tina T. Grandest of risings to you. I just wanted to introduce you all to some music because the Vet Green Show is making some changes, y'all. Okay? Hey, Tila Teal. Hey. What? Alexa, pause. I do want to get monetized, but I wanted to introduce you all to that beautiful, beautiful song. Thank you so much, Tina T. Thank you so much. I wanted to introduce y'all to Amber Simone. Okay, I am manifesting her on the Vet Green Show. I'm manifesting it. I want to have a conversation because her music and this album that I've been listening to, you all, is from 2019. Okay, when I tell you sometimes these artists be having music in the crate and it's like it is phenomenal. Okay, some of this music that we are being forced to listen to on the radio stations, you know, over and over again, it may not be, you know, what you really want to listen to. I just want to say, hey, bro, that's right, Buffalo on, Buffalo on. And make sure you all know that this show is brought to you by Painted Drip. I had my Painted Drip on Monday. Make sure you hit my bro Franklin up for the Painted Drip gear. We'll be playing a commercial very, very soon with that, everybody. But listen, tell me Buffalo don't got some good music, okay? I want it all. Alexa, play. Hey. Hey. Come on, Amber. Alexa, pause. Man, tell me she not fire, man, y'all. Listen, when I was gone for a while, I wasn't into the music scene. You know, I was into the mainstream. I didn't even realize Buffalo has a music scene, but Buffalo has a phenomenal music scene, okay? Buffalo to Brooklyn will be playing today. Buffalo has a phenomenal music scene, and coming in January, the Vet Green Show is going to be changing over a little bit, and we are going to be introducing you all to some independent music, okay? Mainstream is fine. It is fine. It's phenomenal. I love a lot of the mainstream artists that's out there, but the truth of the matter is, everybody, we have a lot more than just what they are, you know, what's been programmed to play on the radio stations. A lot more music than that. And I want to introduce you to that. So coming in January, everybody, what's going to be happening is I'm going back to a format that I had before when I was over at the Evening Rush. And I had a little bit when I was over at the Of Network, but because I am so into music, everyone, you know, Angie Martinez is one of my sheroes. I'm going to be bringing that back. So on Fridays, it's going to be a segment dedicated to artistry. So if you know an artist, Marcel Alexandria, user 5313 Honeybee, if you know an artist, an independent artist out there, have them hit us up. Hit me up because I'd like to talk to you about your journey. I like to play your music on the show on Fridays. It's going to be Fridays at 7 p.m. It's going to be dedicated to music artistry. Let's let the world know that there's so much more music out there than what it is being played on the radio. I don't know if all of you are interested in that type of music, but listen, man, y'all, some of the independent artists that's out there right now, phenomenal. Kenyatta Davis, if you are into R&B and all of that, Kenyatta Davis is one of my faves. Amber Simone, one of my faves. Listen, Winter Peace. Okay, Winter Peace is not in a box. She can rap. And just like, you know what? All of these women, y'all, that I'm listening to, they can rap and they can sing. Okay? Because Amber has this one song on this album that I've been listening to where she's rapping, and I mean and I'm like, man, I'm feeling it. Perfection. I'm feeling it, Ronika. I'm feeling the music. So I'm like, man, like just the creativity, the star quality that a lot of people hold. But because, you know, a lot of times it's finances, everybody. It takes money to advertise. Just because you aren't well known around the world does not mean you don't have the talent. So coming back to Buffalo, and I realized the talents that's in the 716, I was like, wait a minute, let me get out here and see what's going on. And that's when I got out and I found out about the 1,000 Mile Tour. Okay, Mark Lee and all of those guys, Joselito. I'm talking about DJ Apollo, Spill 716. Cat 716, Street Soprano, Saint Soprano. I mean, there's so many of them that I can now y'all know 14 Mafia, okay? Y'all know 14 Mafia, one of my favorites. There's so much music out there, y'all. So many people doing great things. And if the Vet Green Show and Green Links Media and this platform can support the people that's really out there doing great things, you know what I mean? Like 14 Mafia, like Amber Simone, you know what I mean? Like Winter Peace. Winter Peace, I continue to talk about, y'all, because I've actually seen her actually doing the work, her grow up. I've seen her grow up, glow up. You know what I mean? Like I see from where she was and where she's going. It's a big difference when people are really, really doing the work. There's a huge difference when people are really, really doing the work. So I am here to support. So again, if you are an artist and you would like to have a conversation with me, Vet Green, on the Vet Green Show, starting in January, Fridays only, is going to be when we highlight artists, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. I'm changing things over. It's going to be at 7 p.m. where we have artists, independent artists on the show. Hey, Yola. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Big Red. Morning. Where we have artists on the show to highlight and talk about their music. And you don't have to have made it. Hey, Megan, you don't have to have made it. The point is to highlight your music so that others are aware that you're out there. And that is the goal, everybody. That is the goal. So moving on. What are we talking about? I'm Ari Elliott. You know what, y'all? These kids keep forgetting I'm on live. Anywho, everybody, I promise you I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, but my family can get through in case of an emergency. So, baby, I am on live right now. Daughter, I will talk to you after I get off of live. They sometimes forget that mommy really does do this. Like, this is her job. So, anywho, everybody, let's talk about Luigi Mangione. He is the suspected power in the United Healthcare CEO case. Now, I know we've been talking about this, and a lot of people, a lot of people have different opinions, Jarek, Weepow, Doy Waters, Augustine, Morning. A lot of people have different various opinions on this. And I want to open up the discussion and pause due to poor connection. Oh, okay. I hope the connection is back. I want to open up the discussion, and I want to know, honestly, how you all feel about this, because more often than not, hey, baby, more often than not, hello, my darling, more often than not, people, and I don't care how big your bank account is, people are affected because of medical health issues, because of medical bills. Some of these services that are being rendered to us can be very, very costly. And a lot of times the insurance company is not willing to pay for them. Think about an MRI. An MRI is very, very costly. How many of you have had to get, good morning, my baby. How many of you have had to get a prior authorization for something just like an MRI? And now you're going home and you know you're not feeling well. You know something is going on. And this MRI can possibly be the answer to help pinpoint what's going on with you. The doctor is requesting you to have an MRI, but now you have to fight with the insurance company. And I see over here on Instagram, we're going to have some issues, but you know what? We are going to continue on with this. So I want to ask you all, let's get into what he's being. So first of all, they found him with the weapon, and allegedly this is a handmade weapon. This is a 3D printed weapon. Now I'm not really familiar with what that is, so I'm going to go on the internet and 3D printed weapon. It came right up. 3D gun Luigi, 3D printed gun Luigi. Look at that. It came right up. So they're calling it a ghost gun, and it's being linked to what happened with the United Healthcare CEO, everybody. Now, what they want to do, everybody know these are outlawed. Like you can't be out here making pow-pows, okay? They're saying, so the New York Times, well, you know, let me go to CNN. Y'all know I love going to CNN. So they're saying that the pow-pow weapon that the suspect had upon the arrest matches the shell casings that they found at the crime scene. And remember what was on the shell casings, y'all. What was it? Deny, depose. What was it? What were the words, everybody, that were on the shell casings? Deny, depose. There's terms that's used in medical billing. Impressed, mom of 13. Thank you so much, Janelle Weston, for joining me this morning. So let's get into the story. And if anybody remembers what that other word is, just put it in the chat. So they're saying CNN is reporting that the 3D printed pow-pow, the healthcare CEO, unlifing suspect Luigi Mangione had when he was arrested in Pennsylvania, matches the 3 shell casings found in the crime scene in Midtown Manhattan. So they're ending me here. That's all right. In Midtown Manhattan. They're also saying that the fingerprints match those investigators, that the fingerprints match the items that were found near the scene. So his fingerprints are matching the items that were found on the scene. Now, allegedly, he had gone off the grid, y'all. Like, they're saying he had gone off the grid. His mom hadn't heard from him for a while. They're saying since July. Hey, baby. They're saying that his mom hadn't heard from him since July. So he had gone off the grid. In November, they put out a missing persons report. Now, everybody's wondering, like, how did the family not know that this was their family member, or the parents did not know that there was this son? I promise you, I think it's the smile that gave them away, because that smile was so bright and beautiful. I can't even lie. I said it in the show last week, that smile. Sometimes people have these beautiful smiles, and I feel like it's that smile that probably when he went into that McDonald's, because remember, he was covered. There was only one, I believe, picture of him, or maybe 2 pictures of him, Deborah Figueroa. Just to let you all know, we are talking about the suspected power that happened with the United Healthcare worker. They found him, 23 years old. One of the challenges, everybody, and this is what I had a question of. Let me just clear this out on. See, they already shut me down on Instagram. But my question to all of you is, when he goes to court, there's supposed to be a jury of his peers. How many of you think that he's actually going to be doing a lot of time? I think he's going to do some time. I do. Just because Mayor Eric Adams, he has something to prove. And I'm not even just saying that. They don't want people to start doing that. So what's happening now, and I talked about this last week on the Vet Green Show. So if you did not watch the Vet Green Show, make sure you go back, subscribe to Green Links Media, go back and watch those shows. I talked about this, that people are going to be in conference rooms. And that's exactly what's going on. These corporations are now in these conference rooms and they're having these meetings to say, okay, what can we do? And what's going on now is that security is being beefed up, which is causing a shortage in some of these security guards. It's been on the news. Hey, Shawnette, Grand Rising to you, love. It's been on the news. People are scared. Plastered around in New York City, they have other CEOs plastered around as if they're next. So this is real, y'all. Which again brings me to the question, do you all think that he is going to be charged with a lot? Do you think that the jury of his peers are really going to convict him for that? Because a lot of those people, y'all, can we keep it real? Can we keep it real here on the Vet Green Show? Can we keep it real? Okay. Hey, Joanne, good morning to you, love. Grand Rising to you. God bless you too. One on point, Empress Powell. Do you think that the jury of his peers, especially dealing with the economy right now? Hey, Haiti, I see that you joined. Especially dealing with the economy right now, and people are really out here struggling. Okay, there's going to be people that this trial. When I tell you this trial is going to be hard, this is why too they're trying to get him extradited. Listen, y'all. People are out here. What this did, and it is so unfortunate that this had to happen. What this did is it has all of those people of power looking at things quite differently. So you might start seeing some of your claims being paid. Okay, you really might start seeing some of your claims getting paid because they're in those conference rooms right now. They're in the conference rooms right now trying to figure out what can we do better. Because they know greed got them there. And it's not the CEO's fault. Like I said before, it's some of the shareholders. Y'all, how much of a return do you want when you investing into United Healthcare? You got to take the blame, just like they want everybody that's in these allegations with Diddy and Jay-Z, all the people that were helping them. Is that the case here too? Should all of the people that's been investing in these companies, should all of us be held accountable because we want to be greedy? We want a better return on our 401k. We want a better return on those stocks and bonds and stuff that we didn't invest it into, because that's what's happening, everybody. Think about it. He was going to an investors meeting. Think about the manifesto that he wrote. Wouldn't it be, this is my words, not his. He thought that it would bring more light to the issue if he did pow him as he's going into the investors meeting, everybody. Empress Powell, Beulah. People are tired. People are tired. There's a lot of people struggling right now. We talked about it on the Morning Show podcast, how families are now living together because it is tough out here. It is very, very tough out here, and it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better, y'all. So you all really, 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 really have to be doing the work that we need on ourselves, for ourselves. TikToker, Evange, Bulldog. We have to be doing the work for ourselves and not expecting the powers to be to do it for us, because we don't even know what's about to happen, y'all. We really don't. So many programs are about to be cut. Walmart, y'all, I don't know who's still shopping at Walmart. I know I was, because it's so convenient and everything is there. But at the end of the day, do I want to be shopping and putting my money into a company that really don't give a about me? No. So I'll, instead of turning right to go to Walmart, I'll be turning left and I'll start going to Target instead, because one thing I have seen that Target really does care about the Black and brown community and investing into minority products. So shame on Walmart. Shame on Walmart. But then again, is Walmart not acting in their best interest? Their best interest just happened to not be my interest. So from here on out, y'all, I'm going to be good morning, best friend. I'm going to be shopping based on my interest. I'm going to be placing my money into places where I know may benefit me. You know, they talk about the black dollar, y'all, the circulation, y'all. Look it up. Look it up. How often does the dollar circulate in the black community? Y'all, it's embarrassing when it's compared to other dollars circulating in other communities. There is one community that before it even leaves the community, it has circulated 26 times. I'll leave you all to look and see what that community is. And there's more, Nanette, Empress, there's more. But again, I think instead of getting down on ourselves about that we can use that information to do better. So again, I don't know about y'all, but yeah, Walmart's just not going to be doing it for me anymore. It's just not. Convenience over, it just is what it is. Hey, Willard Coleman, thank you so much for joining today. It just really is what it is, everybody. Again, if you have not subscribed to Green Links Media, do me a huge favor. The link is right in my bio, right here on TikTok. Go ahead and hit that link. Subscribe to Green Links Media. That is a free way to support the channel. And it also helps others know that we are doing what it is that we are doing. Thank you so much for that fest. Yes, when my babe say he gonna make sure I listen, y'all. Anywho, yeah. So going back to Luigi, he had fallen off the grid since July. Like he literally had not spoken to any of his family members. Me being a mom, I would think there must have been some way that the mom knew that he was okay. Like July to November, nah. Somebody knew that he was okay some way or another. Now, it may not have been the best communication, but I don't know. And maybe I am just putting myself, because you can't think other people are you, but I'm just saying. They said that they found the notebook with a to-do list. And let's talk about this notebook with this to-do list. Let me post this one, y'all, because Instagram was not giving me any love today. So I'm just going to go ahead and post this one because it kicked me out real quick. Anywho, y'all, let's bring this up. Let me just share that. You know what? I think Instagram just still acting up today. Anywho, so let's bring up the notebook, everybody, and his to-do list. And and they said he was on Reddit as well. So let's bring up some of the stuff that Luigi. I'm looking up Luigi manifesto. It was a 2-page manifesto, but he was also on Reddit. Hey, thank you, baby. He was also on Reddit, everybody. So in this manifesto, I'm going to bring it up here. Let me see if I can bring it up and make it larger. Oh, yeah. Sometimes this is why it is very important to have the stuff up, because to have it and save it. And I'm saying this as a tip to anyone who's interested in podcasting. Always have your information up, because information is changing so quickly on spaces like Google or Bing. What you want to do is, if you have the article, save the article and save the tab, because if you go back, that article that you wanted to, and I'm saying this as I am learning on my own, everybody, sometimes the information changes so quickly. So let's go to what Newsweek is saying and the reported document. What I'm going to do is go ahead and play this. And for those of you who are on TikTok, you're just going to have to listen. But again, if you want to see the full show, you can go ahead over to our Green Links Media channel, and there you can see the entire show. Yeah.
We thought, my one friend thought he looked like the shooter. He had a mask and a hood and a backpack. from what my buddy told me, he saw him better than I did, actually. I think the one worker that actually thought it was him, she said it between his eyes and his eyebrows. She says, when I took his order, it was like she had in her mind, oh my God, it's a guy from New York.
All right, everybody, let me get the actual manifesto up here. Let me close out some of this stuff. But some of the wording, everyone, that he used is concerning, but it also, I feel, justifies the feelings of a lot of people here in America. I just do. I feel that it just, listen, let me go. Let me play another one for you all. Because a lot of people are defending him. And what I'm going to do is play the video of a lot of people defending him. Now, everybody has a right to their own opinion. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. But at the same time, just like I feel that this past election really showed the layout of America, I think that unfortunately what happened, this CEO was sacrificed. And it's a shame that it had to happen this way, for the powers to start looking at maybe they have been a little bit too greedy, a lot of bit greedy, and that they need to really pay attention to what's going on, because it's the people who are
breaking news. The alleged CEO killer, Luigi Mangione, denied bail, as many people are sympathizing with him online tonight. The book Delay, Deny, Defend, which is about the health insurance industry's tactics, jumping to number 2 on Amazon's nonfiction bestsellers list. Number 2. Safe to say that book would never have been anywhere near number 2 if it were not for Luigi Mangione. Those 3 words, delay, deny, defend, were almost identical to the ones found on shell casings near the crime scene. And on Yelp, the McDonald's where he was apprehended has been hit with a flood of 1-star reviews, calling the employees, quote, snitches and rats. Jason Carroll is out front.
This Ivy League hottie named Luigi is the Robin Hood that we never knew that we needed.
I listened to Luigi's manifesto this morning 3 times and I cried. Honestly, it's beautiful and I agree with him.
At least he left a very powerful message, and he highlighted how terrible the healthcare system is in America. I think he'll go down as a hero in history.
He had been a named suspect for less than 48 hours, and yet within a fraction of that time, many in the world of social media had already made up their minds about Luigi Mangione.
I'm just eating it up because this is like regular everyday person becoming our hero, our vigilante.
These types of comments angering law enforcement and public officials.
I don't care your views about healthcare companies, because I don't think they're great right now either. But you do not celebrate the assassination of another human being who was just doing his job.
But interest in Mangione just continues.
So that was Governor Kathy Hochul that was speaking. So again, she even understands, but again, you cannot take it into your own hands and think that you can go out here and just pow someone. And that right there is truly the issue. I don't know if he's going to be, he was denied bail, but again, he did this in a huge city. Mayor Eric Adams has something to prove. And based on everything that's been going on with him, this is a perfect way for him to prove that, he was hired to do this job. Tara Darcy, user 822607, Stephen Holt. I don't know. I really am trying to get what did the manifesto say? Let me see if I can get it from Newsweek, because some of the stuff he said in this manifesto, a lot of people are feeling. So he was arrested at McDonald's, everybody. Let me go into here. And they're saying that he had a spiral notebook with him when he was arrested, with a to-do list. And he was into tech. He had a pretty good job, graduated from Ivy League, but somewhere down the line, he got hurt himself. And it's so unfortunate because he's only 23 years old. You know what I mean? For him to have gone through something like he did and to get hurt and to feel such pain for what's being done is at 23. At 23. So he said, frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. A reminder, the U.S. has the number one, and we talked about this on the Vet Green Show yesterday, or maybe it was Monday, because we do. We have the number one most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet we rank roughly 42 in life expectancy. And that 42 is really not the nitty gritty. The 42 is a high level of those numbers. If you really dig deep and you look at people like me, our life, the life expectancy, that number is even greater. Okay. When you dig deep into that 42 and what that 42 looks like, it's ridiculous. So how could we have the most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet we rank roughly number 42 in life expectancy? Like, make it make sense. I get it. I get it. He goes on to say, United is the indecipherable largest company, talking about United Healthcare, in the U.S. by market cap, behind only Apple, Google, and Walmart. Y'all, United is the largest company in the U.S. market by market cap, behind only Apple, Google, and Walmart. It has grown and grown, but has our life expectancy. Man, y'all. No, the reality is these indecipherable, I guess he got to cursing, has simply gotten too powerful. They continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. Again. Every time we invest in these companies, we're expecting a greater return. Obviously, the problem is more complex, but I do not have the space. And frankly, I do not pretend to be the most qualified person to lay out the full argument. But many have illuminated the corruption and greed decades ago, and the problem simply remains. And here we are right now. Here we are right now. The problem still remains. This should not have happened. This should not have happened. Hey, Bam Fam, Grand Rising to you. Thank you so much for coming in on the YouTube side. Bam Fam said, Grand Rising, Vet Green, the Queen from the whole Bam Fam family. Appreciate you, Bam Fam. Let me know your thoughts, Buster Boston. Let me know your thoughts. If you have ever had a family member affected by any type of medical where they were denied and you had to fight. And a lot of times, I don't know about you, but it's like the billing company is the one helping you fight, because it's like, this makes no sense. We're trying to give you what it is that you need. This makes no sense. Yeah. I guess we're going to see. There's going to be so many trials. 2025, y'all, is about to be the trials of the century, okay? Puffy goes to trial in May. We don't know when Luigi is going to actually go to trial, but I'm sure. We don't know yet if Jay-Z is going to trial because he's fighting it, okay? Jay-Z is taking his whole 48 laws of power real seriously. He's listening. We know how to fight. We be knowing how to fight. And sometimes you got to take those same techniques from the streets, unfortunately, to the conference rooms. And I am not saying that I believe that Jay-Z is innocent or guilty. All I'm saying is that he is using the same techniques that people with money use. The only difference is his hue is dark. He's using the same techniques that JonBenet Ramsey family used, y'all. The same techniques, lawyered up, got the lawyers handling things. Now, everybody, that case is still, people, I mean, it's a documentary out right now on JonBenet Ramsey. And like the father said, we did what they told us to do. We got us a lawyer. We lawyered up and we listened to the lawyer. Now it's come out that Jay-Z is the other person in the allegations. And if you need to turn it off, we're about to get into something that's a little bit deep. And I know, as someone who has been victimized, it is not always easy talking about these cases because sometimes it forces us to relive our own trauma. but I'm going to push through. And if that is you, if you are someone who this may be triggered, go ahead and take a break. Just come on back. Like Wendy Williams say, go get you a snack and come on back. Go get you a cup of coffee and come on back. But this is something that we need to talk about. This is something that we need to talk about. I had a conversation today, and it was a really good conversation. And we were talking about what it looked like for us growing up. Now, I don't know if you all know, but it came out that it was actually a Caucasian young girl. The young girl that her name is Anna. It came out that when she was 13 years old, she went to, I believe it was the VMA Awards. And just like we do as teenagers, because I think about me being a teenager, okay? We like to have fun. We like to go where the fun is. Unfortunately, this young lady got caught up in some grown folks' business, and she shouldn't have been there. And then I also go back to thinking about what it looked like for a lot of young women growing up. A lot of times, you know, young women have to grow up very, very quickly. The home life may not be very, very well. A lot of times in these cases, you'll find SA. You'll find that incest a lot of times. I'm just trying to paint the picture because I don't want you all to be like, oh, she was fast or anything like that. I don't want that, because a lot of times with these young ladies that y'all call fast, it's because the home life is not all that great. Sherry Sugar and Buster Boston, New Life, thank you so much for joining Red Experience. So let's break this down. She's 13 years old. Apparently, she meets up with someone that's in the Diddy's camp. They fly her, allegedly. She's given a drink, allegedly. Immediately after she's given this drink, she feels woozy. Now, keep in mind, at the time, she's supposed to only be 13 years old. So she's given this drink. And as the allegations are, she is raped by not only Diddy, allegedly, but Jay-Z. So that's what's out there right now. Do we know if that's true? We don't know if that's true. Do I feel that something possibly happened with her? It could be. Are there going to be cases where people are just trying to get some money? Absolutely. And that's where it gets grimy. That's where it gets where that gray line is, because there's also going to be people out there that's faking the funk, is going to make it harder for the real victims. And that's what I have a problem with. Like, if you want money, go on out there and get it. Don't be making it harder for the people who have really, really been victimized to have to, because one thing you have to do, you have to go up there and relive your story, and you have to relive your story in front of all of these people. And then you have to try and prove that the trauma that you have already endured really happened. And it's like, wait a minute, here I am telling my story and you don't believe me. So this is what's going to have to happen. And at the same time, you have people, you know, faking the funk, making it seem like they were also abused. And they may have been, because listen, so there's some freaks out there. It's some freaks that may have been down with it, because there's also people out there saying they knew what was going on. And if you wanted to indulge, you indulged. But if you didn't, you didn't. And then at the same time, you have people like this 13-year-old girl. When you're that young, you don't know any better. And I know coming up, a lot of us thought that we were grown. A lot of us had to grow up very, very quickly. And I remember the other day I was talking about us as Black women. So I was quite surprised that it was a young Caucasian girl that this happened to. And it goes back to, again, y'all, sometimes women, young ladies, young women are not looked at as the children that they really are. We can't help that our bodies develop, y'all. We can't help that. Just because we're coming down the stairs and our chest is shaking does not mean that gives you the right to catcall me. I'm 12 years old. Do you know how that makes a 12-year-old feel? That does not feel good. We're already struggling because our bodies are changing. Our bodies are changing. The period is coming. We already, adolescence is happening. We don't always understand what's happening. We don't always embrace it. And then you have these older men who are taking advantage of the younger ladies who may not have someone at home that's going to tell them, no, honey, that's not right. No, honey, that's not right. I don't know what her household looked like. I don't know what her home life looked like. She may have just been a regular schmegular 13-year-old girl trying to have some fun. We don't know. But it's going to come out. I think this now is the time for us to start looking at people as people. I love, like, it does not feel good to sit here and talk about what happened with Jay-Z. This mess does not feel good. It does not feel good to talk about what happened, the allegations on Diddy, especially when these are powerful people that we all have looked up to. Like coming out the projects, and they say he came out of Marcy Projects, and I'm like, yes, I came out the projects too, so that means I can do it. That means I can do it. Ice Soldier, good morning to you. Let me see what you are saying. He said, lady, what are you talking about? They said this girl was banging on car windows trying to get in, and her dad picked her up and didn't call the police. This is BS. Ice Soldier, that may very well be, Ice Soldier, but we cannot take away from what the allegations are. If this young, whether she was banging on 50 windows, it does not matter. Like, that is really, really irrelevant. And that again goes back to y'all. Age matters. Age matters. She's 13 years old. That should not have happened, Ice Soldier. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That should not have happened. Hey, David Cuts. Hey, Max Man. That should not have happened. Hey, Joy Creative. There's going to be a lot more stories coming out, and there's going to be a lot more powerful people coming out. A lot. Just get ready. That's all I'm saying. Ice Soldier says, so everyone saw her run naked, didn't do anything, and this is a little white girl. That is, you must have read, did you read the charges? Did you read what happened? She was surprised, allegedly. She ran out the house, and she was surprised. Now, remember, she said that when she got in there, she saw everybody like they were partying. And if you know what partying means, they were partying. They were partying in all types of ways. Yeah, Ice Soldier. Allegedly, that's what happened. Ice Soldier said it didn't happen. It's a lie. Well, Ice Soldier, you know, you have an opinion like a lot of people do, and I welcome you coming here with your opinion. Ice Soldier said, okay, but the lawyer was willing to protect Jay-Z until he said he wasn't going to pay. True. He wasn't willing to protect Jay-Z. He see what happened, everyone, is that they all got notice that this was coming down. Remember, Ice Soldier, that Diddy had gotten notice that this was coming down, but he refused to pay. And you see what happened. The allegations turned out that some of the allegations, especially with him beating, you guys, I know none of us want to bring people, especially the Jay-Z's and the Diddy's. Nobody want to see them fall, me included. I do not want to see our heroes fall one by one. Okay. We had Bill Cosby. Okay. R. Kelly. Now Diddy and Jay-Z. Do you know how that makes us feel? This does not feel good. This don't feel good. But we also have to be realistic and think that they are just as human as we are. And we also have to stop making these victims feel afraid, to come forward, because we have to sit there and tell our story over and over again in front of people who are looking to us as if we're liars. Even though you weren't there when this was happening to me, when I was pinned down to the bed, you weren't there. You weren't there when I had to run out the room, grab my clothes, in a t-shirt, throw it on, jump in my car, rush home, and try and scrub my fucking skin off. You weren't there. I'm sorry. You weren't there. So when you try, when a person says that they have been victimized, you should listen. Because that is the worst thing to happen. When you have your power taken from you by someone that you thought you could trust, or someone that you thought that you were okay with. When you have that type of power taken from you, it does not feel good. Okay? Grand rising to you, JD. That is the worst thing that can possibly happen for a man or a woman. And the allegations are that this has been happening to men and women. That type of trauma is the hardest trauma to overcome. The hardest. Because then you go to feeling as if it was your fault. And it's not. It is never your fault. No one should ever take anything from you. That is yours to give. That is not anyone's to take. And that is what we are talking about here. Ice Soldier. Why no criminal charges? Only civil. Why did Jay-Z have to tell them to file criminal? You know why, Ice Soldier? Because the criminal charges means that they're going to have to get evidence showing that this happened. And it is going to be difficult because this happened, 30 years ago? Ice Soldier? Ice Soldier said, absolutely. My thing is, I do not think this is a victim. It's the lawyer. Well, time is definitely going to 24 years ago. 24 years ago. My question to you, Ice Soldier, is why is he not denying it? There's nowhere in that statement is he saying that he didn't do it. That is the question. That is the part that a lot of you are missing. I say all the time, don't listen to what people are saying. You got to listen to what's not being said. And I am not saying that he did this to this young lady. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm also saying that I don't think he's as innocent as a lot of us think. I just don't. I don't think he's as innocent as a lot of us think. You know, do I think he's out here raping people? Absolutely not. I don't think that. Do I think that he may have been Did y'all read the book Corinne Steffens? I think she wrote it. I actually went back and repurchased it. And again, I read it in one day. And she talks about in the book how he was so careful that even as they were having, as she provided a service to him, he wore protection. You know, he wore protection. So he's very, very smart. And I'm sure he has done some things because no one at the top got there by not doing some things that probably were not all that ethical. But I also don't think that it is our job to be victim shaming anybody. I don't think you should do that. I just don't. It is, you never want to do that because 90% of the time, people aren't even coming forward. And I'm just throwing that number out there. But the ones that came forward is just a small percent of the people that it actually happened to, boo-boo. You do understand that. That's all I'm saying. He said he has denied it multiple times. Okay, well, when it's your husband, your son, your brother who is being sued by a ghost, and you are supposed to believe that. I Soldier, but it's not a ghost anymore. The young lady has been unveiled. She's been unveiled. Her name is Anna Klein, or she was married to a hockey player, Evander or something like that. It's not a ghost anymore. And if you read some of what the allegations are, it's scary. It's scary. And it goes back again to what I was saying. Hey, Blue Yes Mama 76. It goes back again to what I was saying. You know, back in the 90s, everybody, it really was the wild, wild west for women. We were coming at coming up at a time and music was changing, and this music really was depicting a particular type of mind frame. It was like party, 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 party. Remember Freaknik? Everyone wanted to have fun. We were all coming up. Like Jay-Z and Puffy, they aren't that much older than I am. So I remember the vibe of that time. I remember the vibe of that time. And I remember the Lukes. And I remember NWA. And I remember how they spoke of women. We were bees. There was no respect in the music. And we were listening to it, singing it as well, telling ourselves, reaffirming what was in the music. We're reaffirming it. At the same time, we are as we are reaffirming what's in the music, we're also growing up and we're molding ourselves. So now the music say, you will be, you will be, you will be. What you gonna think? What you gonna think? Well, I guess the NFL is also agreeing with Ice Soldier because they told Bey and Jay yay. They said yay. Based and to top it all, Beyonce's NFL the halftime in Houston on Christmas, it's been extended for 20 additional minutes. And I'm gonna be watching because you know how Beyonce is. Okay, she say like me, sometimes you got to use the jet fuel of the haters to propel you forward. So I cannot wait to see what this act is going to be because I know she's going to bring it. She's going to bring it, and there's going to be a message in there telling everybody to F off. I already know. I already know. Jay is still going to be doing what he does with the NFL. They are not letting that go. They're not letting it go. You guys, did y'all hear about this story of these two young boys in Detroit? Now I'm going to see if I can find it because I actually saw this on Instagram. Let me see if I can find it. So let me ask you this. Now, I raised boys and I raised girls, and I have to admit that, you know, with young men, they need, and young girls, you know, children, period, need guidance and stability. And sometimes kids act out. Right, Shanette? Sometimes kids act out. But when they act out, would you kick them out if they're 12 and 14 if they're acting out? I'm trying to look the story up. And oh, yep, it came right up in Detroit. Now I'm going to play this video, and I was trying to find, because there is a YouTuber out of Detroit that actually brought this story to light. And I thought that I had saved it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the one from Detroit. Let me go ahead and play this. And then I want to open up the discussion to everyone. And let me know your thoughts on this. Let me pull this up. I'm going to...
These kids out here.
Okay.
Neighbors confirm here on the west side of Detroit, 2 young teens have been sleeping outside on the porch in this freezing cold weather.
It hurt every night to go to sleep and know these kids out here.
Neighbors here on Leslie Street off Dexter say that 2 kids sleep every night on the porch. It seems like an extension of their home. There's a toothbrush, shoes, blankets, and more. And they've been sleeping here since July.
In July, it was 80, 90 degrees. Now it's 20 degrees. You know what I'm saying? So something needs to be done.
It's cold, and they be out there at nighttime.
And what about the parents? What do you know about the parents?
They get up every day and go to work. I know that.
Attempts were made to contact the listed owner of the home, but no luck. What do you think should happen?
I think they need to be placed somewhere in a better place because they never here. I do catch them walking up at night, but they need to be placed somewhere. It's too cold for them to be sleeping outside. They only kids.
And neighbors say both police and CPS have been called, but still the kids remain sleeping outside. And this Facebook video by Mark DeAndre Live has gone viral, showing the kids in this situation, which prompted this community organizer to try and help.
I'm out here to help because I heard that it was 2 juveniles on the porch in the area that we work in doing community violence intervention.
Neighbors tell us that the kids do go to school and participate in extracurricular activities where they can eat and get cleaned up.
It's just too cold for them kids to be outside, like sleeping on the porch. That's just ridiculous.
Definitely more on this story. On Detroit's West Side, Charlie Langton, Fox 2 News.
Now I want to open it up because I actually did a little bit more research into that story, and what they're saying is that these kids may have behavioral issues. I don't know, but I do wonder, is that something that I know she writes, like what she writes, I don't know. And I know sometimes when it comes to young men, because I worked in a group home setting, and it can be difficult. But to have my child sleeping on the porch, I don't know. What do you think they could have been doing better? And a lot of times, y'all, the system have to come take our kids from us. We can be living in dire straits, and the system have to come take our kids from us. I don't know. Like when I heard this story, I was like, oh my God. Yeah, Shawnette said, well, they need to be placed in a facility. Right. And what's even more like mind-boggling is that so CPS and the police have been called, and and they haven't been placed anywhere. So they obviously have not found any wrongdoing. Ms. Johnson they say that's how the parents punish them. See, you heard about it too, best friend. That's what I heard too, that's a form of punishment. Then I also heard that they actually enjoy sleeping on the porch, but Detroit, y'all, gets cold. Now they may not get the kind of weather that we get here in Western New York, but Detroit gets cold, okay? I got a really good friend that's from Detroit, and when I heard that story, I was like, let me send this and see if you had heard about this story, because this is cray-cray. This is cray-cray. It is, but I'm not here to raise anybody's kids. I done the kid raising. I raised 6 kids, and God got them now, okay? All I could do is instill in them what I can instill in them, and anything that they need to unlearn is now their responsibility. But I can't see me putting my kids on the porch. Yeah, severe neglect. Did you? No, I did not hear the father is a pastor. See, you know what, best friend? That's another thing. That can be even so if the father is a pastor, now it's making a little bit more sense, because I can recall growing up when my kids were younger, not me growing up, when my kids were growing up, there was a young man in the neighborhood whose father was also a pastor. And there were many times he ran away. This young boy ran away, unfortunately. Lord Jesus. I don't know. Yeah. Shawnette said, yeah, but since July, what could they have done to be punished like that? That's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, maybe the one day they didn't clean up their room, they on a PlayStation too much, but to continuously be sleeping on the porch, something not right there. Something is definitely going on. I don't know what they're, and if the father is a pastor, like you said, best friend, I know how someone, and if he's an old school pastor, I can just imagine. You know what I mean? Like I can just imagine. Yeah. I just pray that these kids use whatever is going on in their life as jet fuel to make their life better, and to understand that, oh child, but at least there's people out there trying to help them. At least there's people out there trying to help them. So let me get into the story with the NFL and what they're saying about Jay-Z, because they're saying, like I said, they said yay. They said yay. So I'm going to bring this up. Let me share my screen here.
We know that obviously the litigation's happening now, so but from our standpoint, our relationship's not changing with them, including our preparations for the next Super Bowl. The first part of your question is how the relationship's evolving. I think they're getting incredibly comfortable with not just the Super Bowl, but other events that they've advised us on, helped us with. They've been helpful in the social justice area to us on many occasions. They've been great partners that have provided a lot of value for us. Allegations. And Jay-Z's really strong response to that. We know that obviously the litigation's happening now, so but from our standpoint, our relationship's not changing with them.
Here you go. At the end of the day, they realize that, you know, these are just allegations that are out there. And Jay-Z's name is still very, very powerful in this thing called life and in this industry. He's been able to align himself. And this is what we are all supposed to do. Like, we really can. Jay-Z has written a blueprint. He has, if we are being honest. He's aligned himself with powerful people like we all are supposed to in this journey. We're supposed to align ourselves with people who are doing better than we are. Because if you are the smartest person in the room, you are the wrong room. You are in the wrong room. If you are the only one in the room that's doing something great, then honey, you are in the wrong room. You need to add additional people to that room. If you are trying to build a business, then you should be surrounding yourself with others who are also building their business. Because if you are surrounding yourself with people who are just drinking all day and partying all day, hunty pie, sugar plum, it ain't gonna work because you are building a business. Okay. So is he a genius or what? Puffy, on the other hand, Diddy, he started losing all types of brand sponsorships. They said no. They said no. So yeah, I guess we are going to see what's going to happen. We're going to, my live is going to end here soon. We are going to see what's going to happen. And that's all we can do. Wait and see. There was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. Selective public schools. Trump. Okay. All right. So another hot item that a lot of people, hey, Yaya Boo, that a lot of people are talking about is the selective service and Project 2025, everybody. One of the things that's circulating right now as far as public schools, thank you so much, Yaya Boo. One of the things that's circulating right now is that Trump is going to require mandatory military service if a child goes to a public school. Whether that's true or not, y'all, we don't know right now. It is something to actually be aware of, though. It's something that if you have young men, it's something that you need to be aware of. Trump public school. Okay, funding. Let's look at that. So, what could this mean for the education, right? This is what a lot of people are saying, because remember, a part of what he was running on is that he's going to dismantle the Department of Education. Now, we were talking about it on the live during that week of the election, and there was actually a woman that came on that broke down what the Department of Education does for us. Everyone, just keep in mind that we do not know what 2025 is going to look like. Will he dismantle the Department of Education? We don't know what that's going to look like if he does. Does it need a little dismantling? possibly, I believe the entire government needs to be dismantled, if I'm being honest. And I'm probably going to be shut down here because I said that. If it's not working right, you need to change it. If it's not working for everybody, you need to change it. All right. You need to change it, Apple user. You need to change it, Clarence. Grand Rising, everybody. You need to change it. And it's in for a very long time, the system has really been used against everyday people. We're here, as I feel, machines sometimes, just to build up an economy that when we need the economy to help us, it's not there. How many people have had to go out on disability or can't even afford to go out on disability because you won't be able to afford to pay your regular schmegular bills? And I'm just talking about a roof over your head and food in your stomach. I'm just talking about those regular bills. I'm not even talking about car notes and all of those luxuries. I'm just talking about regular bills. There's people right now who's working hurt because they can't afford to go out on disability. And that is so unfortunate because people come to this country for the greatness of this country. And there's so many great things about this country that I love, so many great things. But at the same time, have they been failing us? Absolutely. Absolutely. Why do we have a Skid Row? Why? Yes, there's always going to be an example of what not to do. If I'm being honest, there's always going to be an example, whether that be a person that's on drugs or doing something that you're like, ooh, I don't want to be that. So I know not to do that. There's always going to be an example. But should even those people who are struggling in their addictions and demons not have a place to live, a place to lay their head at night, whether that be in a shelter that's going to provide them with the tools that they need to possibly get back on their feet? That's all I'm saying. Why is it that right now families are moving in together because they're only bringing home $500 a week and their rent is $1,500? That's all I'm saying, Wanda. That's all I'm saying. And going back to Luigi, my prayer is with this young man for him to be 23 years old and to feel that he had to do what he did to prove a point. That is so unfortunate. This is a 23-year-old life now. And I'm not saying that the CEO deserved it because it's not the CEO's fault. It wasn't his fault. And his family now, his kids are going to have to grow up without a dad. His wife, oh my God, like that probably was her person, her husband. You know what I mean? But on the flip side of that, y'all, people are tired and struggling. People are tired of struggling. People are tired. And Lord knows I get it. I get it. But that's not the way to go, y'all. You don't want to end up in jail. You don't want to end up in jail. And I pray to God that now, as they are in these conference rooms, as we are on this live, they're in those conference rooms. I hope that someone sends them this video so that they can know that people are hurting and we're tired. And we don't want a lot. We don't want to be greedy. We just want to be able to go to the doctor and get what we need and not have to worry about those medical bills or people calling us saying that you owe Great Lakes Medical Imaging for this $500 MRI that you took. Yeah. I'm just saying. Hey, Miss Caramel Drop. Hey, Cadillac. Hey, Iron Man. Hey, Charlene. Grand Rising, Aaron. Grand Rising, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I don't have any more to talk about, y'all. Y'all have anything y'all want to talk about? Y'all have any questions that y'all want to ask me before I get up off of here and do what I need to do? I think I had wrote, yes, I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, like I've been really doing this 3 days. Yesterday I didn't get on. We were supposed to get on the morning show podcast, but unfortunately that did not happen. But we will be on at a special time Saturday night. We're going to be doing some evening shows. When I had opened this up, I told you all that I'm going to be doing on Friday, starting in January, I'm going to be doing some evening shows, and I'm going to go back to highlighting independent music artists who are out here doing their thing, okay? Because there's some really, really good music out there. Oh, that smells so good. I had to go to Camellia's. I don't know if you guys are in the Buffalo area, but for those of you who are in the Buffalo area, I forgot this man's name. He's always out there at Camellia's Meats. He's a vendor. I had interviewed him. So if you go on Greenlinks Media, you'll see where I interviewed him, or maybe it was on my Facebook page, but I had went yesterday because I want some oxtails and got this. This smells so good. It is called Cabana. Oh, it smells so good. I am an aromatherapy person, y'all. So who got the candles from Bath and Body Works? When I tell y'all I was running around that day, I did not get a one candle. The candles only go on sale for $9.95 twice a year, y'all. And I usually get my 20 candles. I be on it so much that people be telling me the candles on sale, candles on sale. So I happened to see somebody Snapchat, and I'm like, oh, the candles on sale. Then I get a call. Now people calling me, the candles on sale. I'm like, I know. I'm going to get some. I was running around so much that day, y'all. By the time I got home, it was like 7 o'clock. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go online and order my candles. So I got my candles in my cart thinking I done ordered my candles. The next morning, no candles were ordered. My cart's still sitting there. So I'm trying to hit submit. I'm like, what? I think the website crashed. Y'all. And I am so upset. I did not get a one candle. I got my Jackie Aina candles. I got these, y'all. And you see I'm still burning them. I am a candle person. And this smells divine. This one is called Left on Red. It smells divine. But at the same time, I love my Bath and Body Works candles. And those candles are $26 a piece when not on sale. So when you catch them for $9.95, you got to stock up. Oh, y'all, and I did not. So now I got to wait until June when the next sale is MC Light. Now I got to wait till June. Last I knew, they are not on sale. I checked this morning. What I did get was the hand soap because I love their hand soap and it lasts a while. So their hand soap is on sale, I think, for $3 and something cents. I ordered that online, and then I got to go pick one up. After they sent me a message saying I got to go pick one up, I was like, well, shoot, I could have picked all my other ones up. I didn't want to have to drive. Just send them. But yeah, I was so upset. So now that the next sale is in June, when they go back for $9.95. Nope, I went. I wish. You know what? I got to go out there because one of the soaps I order is out online, but they actually have it in the store. So when I go in there, I'm going to check because, oh my God, y'all. When I tell you those candles light up the room, just like this Jackie Aina Forever, the Forever Mood candle. I want to bring the box. I want to show y'all the box. Let me grab this. Let me do this. Just like this candle. This Forever Mood, and these were a gift. I love my this smells like I'm in Macy's and the perfume shop just shopping. Oh, this smells so divine. This is called Matcha Best Teas Forever Mood. Everybody, thank you, Diva. This is part of my Christmas present when she's like, don't open it until she know her mama. I'm gonna put the boxes under the tree, y'all. But anywho, I know, but you know what, I think Devashna caught these on sale. I think she caught them on sale, yeah, boo, because they are expensive. They are, but it's Black owned. Everybody, it's Black owned, and the candles they smell fantabulous. These candles probably last about 5 days or hours. I think it's 240 hours, depending on how much you're burning them. They last a while. And what I love about Jackie Aina is that she what I didn't know, y'all, and I'm a candle person. What I did not know is that you aren't supposed to just blow the candles out. You know, the tops that usually comes with the candles, those caps that normally comes with the candles, you're supposed to use those to put candles out. And then now this is something that I was doing. I was trimming my wicks, not all the time, but when they but that's why they do that mushroom fact. So that's if you go to Jackie Aina's page, it's Jackie AINA. I believe it's one of the first reels that she has on her page where she teaches us how to do the candles. Fantabulous candles. Fantabulous candles, but you know, I can't afford this all the time. So I have to switch it up. I'm on live. Okay. All right. So anyhow, everybody, I want you all to have a wonderful day on purpose. Yes, maybe you'll get one for your birthday. Yeah, boo. I know it's coming up. You guys all have a wonderful day. Cousin Eric, no, a black guy that makes nice. Oh, really? Oh, I'm gonna have to get with him. So yeah, everybody, y'all have a wonderful day on purpose. I might pop back on here later on around noon. I'm trying out some different things because I have to get this algorithm moving. And I'm learning in order to get the algorithm moving, you really have to be on social media a lot. And I am not because I am an empath, y'all, being on social media is it in the past, I'll say, it has been very, very overwhelming because I'm constantly like pulling in the energy. But I have to be on here for the algorithm to get to moving. So I think I might go live at 12. Let me know if you guys have anything that you want to talk about. We could talk about life. You can ask me some questions. We could talk about, yesterday we talked about relationships and being a side. That was a great conversation. So just let me know, y'all. But anywho, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day on purpose. I may see you all at 12. The snow is definitely coming, y'all. I woke up this morning, the snow had melted. I woke up this morning and the snow is back. Ooh, when I tell you, you can have 4 seasons where I am. Michael May. Let me let him know that I am on live. Let me let him know that I am on live and everybody can hear him talking right now. So you guys all have a wonderful day on purpose. I love y'all. Long life. See y'all soon. Let me end this here. And I am going to end this here. And we are going to go out. Yes, you are on live. We hope you enjoyed the show. This is a Green Links Media production, and we thank you for watching. We are here every Monday through Friday, beginning at 9 a.m. So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell while you're at it. Love you long life.